Okay, what's tea, kids? And welcome back to another episode here with Raina Tees. Bitch, you're too fabulous, motherfucking LGBT, which is, your girl always has to give that intro. And as usual, if you wish to contact us for spiritual work or readings, we will leave our contact information in the description box below. So, moving on. Yes, honey, my sister did a video the other day about weather magic, and I'm guessing she's feeling herself in the stratosphere because, bitch, it is pouring down raining. Yes, Raina, we see you, girl. But today so if you guys hear rain or thunder in the background, that's us. So today I wanted to talk about the importance of having spiritual allies. Yes, honey, spiritual allies. So I was talking to a very good friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine, and it's crazy because even though I have a lot of family and friends that know, bitch, I do readings, honey, and bitch, I work that magic. It's kind of like, to them, it's like more of a passing kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, girl, that's cute, that's sweet, it's cool. They never really have taken that interest or dived into that conversation. And I'm not one of those type of people who goes off the rocker by trying to tell people or convince people or convert people to the cause of working with spirits and working with magic, honey. Like, that's just not my place, girl. It's either the magic is already in you, and through episodes and experiences in life, you will find your path, or girl, it's just not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go out there trying to force people into that sort of conversion. That being said, I also am not above offering that sort of guidance or insight to those, seeking it, or those who are pleading for help. And you know how sometimes people come to you and yes, they vent, but at the same time, they're kind of low key asking for some sort of help that is beyond their natural means, or the natural senses of their means. So I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she was really telling me that she was like, damn, I don't know what it is. She was like, is Mercury in retrograde, joking with me, is Mercury in retrograde, girl, or what's going on? I've been having problems with this, the house doing this, my son's doing this, girl, husband over here acting foolish. Like, I just can't get a break. I just can't catch a break. And I feel like I'm at my wit's end, and she was just kind of in a place of being honest and venting with me. And I was just listening to her. I was listening to her. But then she kind of struck a chord that me as a friend, when I hear someone that I care about talking from a place of their back being against the wall, it's like, okay, bitch, so I could teach you, I could tell you about the tools, girl, but are you really ready? Kind of thing. So she was really going in, and the conversation took a really, I don't want to say a disturbing turn, but she was kind of talking about her depression and how it's really catching up with her, and really she was at her wit's end. So I'm like, sis, like, girl, like, I feel like at some point in your life, you're going to have to stop letting the narrative be written for you for your life and take control. Well, how do I do that, Raina? Like, what do I need to do, girl? Because it's like, I'm trying to, I try to like do this, I try to do this, but it's not working out. Or I try to go about it this way, it's not working out. I try not to think too much on it, it's not working out. And I'm like, girl, you need to get spiritual allies on your side, okay? You need to honestly start working with these spirits. And to her, it was like I just spoke some alien language. Oh, well, girl, I don't want to get involved with something I don't know about, or I don't want to, I don't want to cause no trouble. And it's like, okay, so your choice, and I said this to her, I said, your choices are being trampled by the natural forces of life, or learning how to fucking take the reins and move this shit yourself. Like, that's your only choice. And mama, when I say mama, I'm talking about me. Mama play video games, okay? Mama is very into her RPGs and her, her lore, honey, the storyline lore. And I find a lot of messages of, I don't want to say hope, but reinforcement, you know, a lot of quotes and things that you get from like games and things like that, and a lot of these protagonists. And I was playing this game, Dragon's Age. No, not Dragon. Is it Dragon Age? Yeah, Dragon Age. Inquisition, honey. And basically, one of the characters who's known as a crusader or paladin, she was talking about like the in their world they were dealing with this plight, and she was talking about how people will sit in the fire yet complain it is too hot. And honey, when she said that, you know, it's certain little quotes that happen in life that you hear in life. A lot of times they happen when you're young. You know, you're like a child, and you know your mom or grandmother or dad says something like da 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 da, you know, da da, and it sticks with you for life. And you go through life, and those sort of quotes, that quote really stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? That is so fucking true. You know, people love to have their outlets to vent and complain. And you know, even with today, what's going on in the world, you know, we get on social media, we get on our Twitter accounts, we get on, you know, YouTube, Instagram live and all type of shit. And we just kind of go in, and it kind of pacifies us. But we're still in the fucking burning pot. You know, we're still dealing with the bullshit of the politics, the inflation, the just the terrorism, anything, however you want to, you know, categorize that for you. So I was saying that to her. I was like, girl, okay, but you're going to sit in the, basically you're just telling me all this to unload, but then you're going to go right back home and be into it. So why restrict yourself to being powerless in a circumstance where there is powers that be that will allow you to guide you and navigate you through these troubling times, this tribulation, you know? So going back to the point of this video, I just want to sidestep with that story time, but you know, it's very important in today's, especially how mainstream spirituality is becoming, how mainstream witchcraft is becoming, how mainstream you know, hoodoo, voodoo, bitch, Kabbalah, everything, all these Goetia, all these things are becoming so popular now, where we're having the freedom and the space to talk about them. Bitch, Sephora was just selling the other day, well, the girls shut them down, honey, but you know, Sephora was just trying to push the other day a tarot kit for the girls, you know, in their stores, selling tarot kits and starter witchcraft kits and stuff like that. And you know, the witchcraft community, honey, or the spiritual community, whatever you want to call those girls, honey, they came and they shut that down. But at the same time, it's like, it's happening. You know, people are not afraid to get on media outlets and say, hey, you know, bitch, I'm conversing with spirits, honey. I'm telepathically communicating with interdimensional beings. You know, it's not as taboo. And that's not to say that a large majority of the world still doesn't get it, or it might not sound strange to them, or that we may not, or that we may even face being ostracized. But the liberation in it, and not having to fear for our lives, you know, not having to fear being hung or burned alive, like, it's really happening. And what I mean with that, the point is that people are out here really every single fucking day getting into magic. I've spoken to lawyers, I've worked with, you know, girls that are working in the hospitals, doctors, psychiatrists, coming to us for magic, coming to us for spiritual work, coming to us for reading. So it's like, even these people themselves are, you know, kind of going through the gateway into experiencing higher levels of interaction with spirit, you know, with the natural forces of this universe. Okay, so a lot of doors are being opened, and we're moving into the age of Aquarius, where, you know, a lot of, and I do want to kind of make a separate video about moving into that age, but moving into the age of Aquarius, where a lot of like taboos will be explored, because the Aquarius is the rebel of intellectual norms. It's the rebel of societal norms. It's the clouds. It's the wanderlust. It is that which cannot be confined or bound. So information now, in the liberty and freedom now of standing in our individuality, our uniqueness, our beliefs, our faiths, our practices, that's no longer gonna be restricted to us. So everyone now, I'm not gonna say everyone, but a great majority of us now are getting into magic. Okay, it's just the natural cause, honey. Look at what just happened, where we were talking about a natural, not a natural, but a mainstream blogger, and two celebrities, and this woman who's now coming up in her notoriety, and she's a Santerias. She practices Santeria. Okay, so, and she's doing work on these girls. In that video where we were talking about Lovely T, we were talking about this lady saying that she felt that this woman had put work on her. So it's not a game out here, okay? There are forces being moved by other people. There are forces that could be being moved by your neighbor, your spouse, your children, your coworkers, your boss, and you being susceptible to that and being, easily swayed by that, and you don't want to take control of that. You don't want to gird yourself, gird your loins, as they say, and have spiritual allies on your side, backing you and supporting you and not letting that shit come. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. A lot of us, we're born into this world with natural talents. A lot of people, they're intellectually smart, bitch, can do math, can excel at equations. A lot of people are into not intellectually, but literally, you have people that are virtuous. All of us are born with our innate gifts, but that doesn't mean that we're completely cut off from the natural gifts that are of this world and that we can't tap into them. So it's very important that you start to really consider allying yourself with spiritual forces, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be Goetia. We speak a lot about working with the Goetia girls. It doesn't always have to be working with darker entities or working with entities that are more, that are known as or seen as nefarious. It could also mean working with your ancestors, getting in contact with your ancestors, developing a relationship with your enlightened ancestors. Not all your ancestors, because some of them girls, that have passed, they passed, and they weren't very good, decent people while they were walking on this planet. So it's not to say you just call out and send a beacon out, or you set up an altar for any old ancestor to come through, and bitch, you don't know who you're feeding or who you're dealing with. But it is about getting into that mindset of thinking like, okay, I need a team here. I need someone watching my back on this side, or I need at least the avenue or the understanding, or at least the personal belief, intuitive power, whatever you want to call it, that bitch, I can go out here and move something too. Like, I'm not, there was a point in my life where, yes, girl, I felt, bitch, as being trans, as being LGBT, as being black, that bitch, the whole motherfucking world was on top of me. Bitch, you hear this rain out here picking up, girl? You hear her? Girl, she is tapping into my emotional force right now. But there was a great deal in time where I felt, that the weight of the world was on top of me, and that I just could not, I didn't feel strong. Bitch, I wasn't a bodybuilder. A bitch is real petite and slim, honey, and she's real pretty, honey, trust. So it is kind of like, I don't want to say woe is me, but I did feel at a point in my life that I was kind of almost a walking target. I also have a very, very powerful magnetic vortex about me. I'm very good at drawing people in to me. Sometimes I don't want to, sometimes I just want to go to the fucking grocery store, bitch, and get my pot pie, honey, and my lemonade or whatever I'm there for, girl, and call it a good day. But sometimes it just doesn't happen like that, because a lot of people are not, they're not enlightened, and they are, I don't want to say they're basic, but you know, they're kind of lower vibrational. So when someone who is magically inclined, someone who walks with spirits, someone who is constantly who is in divine frequency, when they enter a space, it's just natural. You know what I'm saying? So this is not me trying to heighten myself up or bitch pat myself on the back. It's just natural. So with that being said, it's like, yeah, I at a point I felt like, damn, you know, I just couldn't catch a break. Like I just felt like I didn't want to be a walking target. I didn't want to be always, you know, always seen it, you know, tied to the stigma, of being black, of being trans, of being LGBT, of being skinny, of being, you know, this, of being that. I didn't want those things to constantly define me and make me, you know, live in this victimhood. I didn't want myself personally to live in victimhood, always of feeling self-defeated and like I always had to fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Life is always about fighting, but I didn't always want to be in that state of just the paranoia, the defensiveness, the ostracizing, all that shit. I was like, no ma'am. You know, so bitch, I took up motherfucking magic. I was like, bitch, no ma'am. Like, I will find that power. I will find that force. I may can't go out here and knuck and buck with a bitch in the street. Okay, I may can't throw, you know, a punch that's coming with you know, a force of a ton. You know what I'm saying? But bitch, guess what? If I know your motherfucking ass is coming against me, bitch, I'm going to be working on your ass before you even know where to come find me at. Okay, I'm gonna know, you know, when bills need to be paid, or you know, something unexpected comes and I gotta pay it. I know that I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be calling on, that's gonna work with me to get this shit paid, so I can move on, so I can overcome this hurdle, so I can overcome this obstacle. Okay, I know that when I'm going through my what do they call it? The light of the darkest moon, you know, when I'm going through those phases, I know that I'm not alone. I know that there is serenity and peace through all my tribulations, and I know that there is lesson, and it's like that old saying, it is a very Christian saying, but it's like, you know, the universe will never give you more than your plate can handle. She is always testing us. She is always, this bitch is always, this motherfucking primordial, primal bitch, Miss Universe herself, she is always testing us. So not one motherfucker out here has it easy. Trust. It doesn't matter how glamorous and smiling and oh my God, and I got my man, and I got my house, and I got my car, and I got my perfect life. It doesn't matter what she's professing to the world, bitch. Trust and believe she's going through it too. Okay? So we all have our fights. We all have our battles with self, with spirit, and with the forces, the natural forces of this universe. Because, you know, when you think about the universe, and I said this in another video, when you think about what the concept of the universe is, she is the very, you have to go back to the very first building blocks of what she is, and that is biology. That's the very microorganisms, the very micro cells of what makes up, you know, on our skin, on the objects in the air we breathe. You know, it's constantly, we're within an ozone of carnal energy that is constantly trying to eat us, trying to kill us, trying to hijack our bodies. There are viruses out here. There are germs constantly coming into our systems. And, you know, it is only that we have adapted and evolved to now be a part of and coexist with and have a bit of a symbiosis with this world. But, bitch, Miss Planet Earth, she's eating us. Okay, this hoe is every motherfucking year there's a new update, there's a new bug. This hoe is evolving, bitch, to destroy us. Okay, and anything that cannot, you know, it's like that strongest survive mentality. So that also exists in the spiritual realm. Okay, so don't be out here falling to just any old woe and woe and sob story and just, oh my God, woe is me, I just want to go cry now, and you know, you know, it's like, bitch, get into your magical power, get into it. Stop being afraid of it. Stop like oh my God, spirits, and what is that? Oh, like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like, bitch, get the fuck over it, because these spirits have been here. They have been walking with us since the dawn of time. They have been walking with us before our time. You know, so we are never out here alone in this. We are never out here alone walking, and it's very best that you get these allies on your motherfucking side, okay? Like, don't be out here no sucker, just being pulled and tugged through the waves of life. You know, these celestial bodies, these great celestial bodies in our solar system, okay, they are channeling in seasons. They are channeling in episodes. Bitch, when Saturn goes retrograde, bitch, that's an episode. Okay, when Venus right now, she's retrograde, that's an episode. Mercury, Mars and Scorpio, bitch, that's an episode. It's an episode, girl, and it comes with the challenge. It comes with its own set of vices. So you must be ready. You must have your artillery ready, and you must have your spiritual camp on deck. Bitch, it is pouring down raining outside. It is like going in, girl. That's really all I wanted to bring to this video. I know I got a little hype, girl, but it's time for people to really kind of step up, you know, because a lot of times I feel like people just want to exist in victimhood. They just want to exist, and a lot of times they want to just throw their problems onto other people. They want to come to the spiritual worker. They want to come to the reader. They want to come to, you know, their friend, their spouse, their loved ones, the psychiatrist, and, you know, just lay it all on them. And it's like, okay, yes, we are here to be your support and to actually be there to help you heal. But when we're telling you something, and then, you know, you spent like the last 10-20 minutes complaining, and then we're like, okay, sis, girl, well then, bitch, how about we talk about doing some work for you? Or how about we talk about, you know, you getting in contact with your ancestors? Well, I don't know, sis, I'm kind of scared. I don't want to disrupt anything. I don't want to cause any more problems. Okay, well, bitch, you're already in enough shit. You're already you're already up to your neck in the cesspool, girl. So like, what's you taking, you know, what's you taking your grip or your hand and putting it around the lever, bitch, and pressing going to do? How much lower do you need to go until you realize that you need to take a stand in your own life? And no, sometimes it's not always going to be on a playing field where you can just pay it with coin, or you go out here and you do it. You know, it's not always something that you're going to be able to complete or overcome through the physical. Bitch, sometimes you need to go in with these spirits, honey. Yes, girl, get the fuck into it. Get into your magic, girl. And that's all Raina Tease has to say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting and commenting. We definitely appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys. And yeah, converse with us. Let us know what you think in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next one.